Hello, everyone. It's Hannah at the Barkman branch, and happy Earth Day. I'm so excited to celebrate Earth Day with you all today. And to do that, I am going to show you the kit to go that we currently have available for adults. So this kit to go is really awesome for Earth Day because, as you'll see, you use recycled goods to start your garden up for spring. So these kits to go are available right now through next Monday, which is April 26th. So make sure if you haven't gotten one already that you come by the Barkman Branch Library or call us curbside and ask for the KCup Seed Starter Kit. So let me show you what is in this kit. This is what the kit looks like. Something else that's really cool is this bag, this green bag that the kit comes in is compostable. So it's a compostable plastic so that you don't have a lot of plastic waste with the kit. And so you can either put it in your yard, in your compost pile, wherever you would like, and that way it won't stay around for a long time. Here's what the inside of the kit looks like. And so it comes with a couple different things. Right here in the back, you will see 3 different sheets of paper. And this is another really exciting thing about this KCup Seed Starter Kit. So all of the seeds that are in these kits were very generously donated by the All Pueblo Grows Seed Library. Now that seed library is in Rawlings, the main library on Abriendo, and it's a really fantastic program. So normally what you can do is you can check out seeds, and then once you have grown whatever those seeds are, your melons or your peppers or whatever it is, you collect the seeds from that produce or that fruit and the vegetable or the fruit, and then you bring it back to the seed library. So that way you kind of check out seeds and then you also bring the seeds back. So the seed library is really fantastic, especially if you are new to gardening or you're a really avid gardener and you don't want to spend all that money on seeds. Thank you so much to the All Pueblo Grows Seed Library for your very, very generous donation of the seeds in these KCup kits. So the first 3 things. Here's more information about the All Pueblo Grows Seed Lending Library. So if you want to know more information about how it works and how you can borrow seeds, just check out this slip of paper that will be in your kit. There's also more information about the seed library on this page, this larger page, and there's also a QR code. So if you have a smartphone, you can open up your camera and just scan this QR code and it will take you to the little seed library website where you can learn more information as well. So thank you again so much to the seed library for sponsoring and donating your seeds for this kit. One of the last sheets, actually the last sheet of paper, is your instructions. So it will say KCup seed starters with little seeds, and it will show you all the information you need. So it will show you what's already included, what you'll also need to complete the kit, and then how to do that. But you can also just watch this video because we will be doing it together. The other things that are in your kit are these 3 items. So you will have a packet that looks kind of like this, and these are the seeds that were donated from the All Pueblo Grows Seed Library. So you can see some information on them about what kind of seeds they are. These are shishito peppers, and it will show you more information about how deep you should plant them, how far you should space them apart, how long they take to germinate, and then more specific information about how to start the seeds and whether they're sensitive to frost. For example, this one is very sensitive to frost. So when moving it outdoors, you're probably going to want to wait because April, we always get a couple more frosts. So wait until you're really sure that we don't have any more frost. At the very bottom here, there's seed saving difficulty, easy, medium, or hard. This is a little bit different than planting. So planting, it may be a bit more difficult, but it's very easy to grab seeds from the peppers and if so desired, bring them back to the seed library. Now, again, these seeds were very generously donated, so they are not borrowed. These are your seeds forever. You do not have to bring seeds back to the All Pueblo Grows Seed Library, but if you like their program and appreciate what they do, which I do, of course, I would definitely encourage you to send back those seeds if you are able to. The other 2 things, we have our package of dirt. So we have some soil in here. And then this is the main piece, besides the seeds, of course. So this is what is the recycled object that we are going to use to plant these seeds. So if you don't know what this is, because it looks a little different, these are KCup pods. So the KCup pod that I'm using today had coffee in it. You can also use a KCup pod that has tea in it. Now, these KCup pods, you will get one provided to you per kit, but what's really great about this kit is it gets you started to continue on doing the craft and continue on your seed starters with your own materials at home. So if you have any K-Cups, this is a fantastic kit for you because you will learn how to use the K-Cup as a seed starter, and then you can continue to use the K-Cups that you have saved to continue making seed starters. So if you want to have a large garden or just any kind of garden beyond just one little package of seeds in one K-Cup, you can do that by using more of the K-Cup pods that you have. Now, of course, don't go out and just buy K-Cup pods because that is more plastic waste. So just use the plastic waste that you have at home. If you have anything that's kind of this size, and the most important thing is this has drainage right here. So if the plastic that you're using that you want to recycle for a seed starter does not have a drainage hole, make sure to use scissors and just very carefully puncture one in the bottom. So don't go out and just buy K-Cups for this. You can use any other kind of plastic good that's kind of this shape and size. Excuse me. Excuse me again. You can use any kind of plastic that's this shape and size. But K-Cups are a really, I'm choking on my own spit. Give me one moment. Okay. Sorry about that. It's always hard with live programming when all of a sudden I can't talk. So don't go out and buy K-Cups, but K-Cups are a very great plastic waste that a lot of people have around the house. So this looks a little bit different than a K-Cup that you would normally have around the house. Normally this K-Cup would be filled with either ground coffee or tea leaves. And then it would have kind of a, like a, what is the right kind of texture to call this? Sort of like a tin almost covering that would usually say what the flavor and brand was. So what I've done to prepare the K-Cups that are in your kits is I have pulled off that that peely top that shows the brand and what the flavor is. I've pulled that off, and I have also dumped out the coffee grounds that were already used. So again, you want to have that puncture on the bottom. So if you have K-Cups sitting around but they haven't been used yet, make sure that you use them first in your Keurig or whatever kind of coffee machine you have. Because what the Keurig will do is it will puncture that hole at the bottom for you to use as drainage. So I should have mentioned that earlier. Make sure that it is a used K-Cup, peel that top off, and then dump out the coffee grounds or the tea leaves that are in it. Now, what you will see, if I can pull it out, it's kind of dried, so it may be a bit more difficult to pull. Come on. Maybe I can try to get it. There we go. So you might have to pull from the side like this, but what you will see is a kind of like thin coffee filter paper. So when you dump it all out, it's okay if there's still a little bit of coffee grounds on it because coffee is honestly good for fertilizer. You'll have this paper, and you'll want to make sure if you're using more used K-Cups beyond just the one that's provided in the kit, that you kind of pull it out and let the paper dry after you have rinsed it out. So knock out the used up coffee grounds or tea leaves, rinse it out, and then pull this paper up and let the paper dry. Once the paper is dry and this is all rinsed out, you can poke the paper back in. And that is what makes these K-Cups such a cool thing to use for recycling for seed starters, because you have some built-in drainage already. You have the hole here down at the bottom that was made to actually strain the coffee or tea out in the coffee maker. And you also have that thin coffee filter that will help to drain things out as well and provide that extra help for the seeds. So again, make sure you use used K-Cups. Don't choke on your own spit while you're doing it. Either coffee or tea is fine. If you use tea, you might want to rinse it out a little bit better, but coffee is a great fertilizer, so you can leave in some coffee grounds. And again, there is just this one provided, but that is how you can prepare more of the used K-Cups if that's what you have. Yeah, if you have something else that's plastic waste that you would like to use, just make sure to put that drainage hole just to reinforce that. Okay, so the amount of potting soil that you have will fill just about 1 K-Cup up. So to prepare this, you'll want to scoop the dirt into your K-Cup. And again, if you decide to do more and have a larger garden and to have more K-Cups that you want to use, you will need to provide additional soil to put in each K-Cup. So I always get so much dirt when I do a garden along too, which I guess makes sense, right? But I get dirt everywhere. Okay, so just put your dirt in your K-Cup. And this is also what's really cool is this is a very low barrier, low entry craft. So it's really easy to learn how to do. Probably the biggest learning curve is actually preparing the K-Cup for the seeds. And I'm actually not going to put the seeds in here because I want to save this kit for one of you all to take home. But what you want to do next is you want to take the seeds out of this seed package and you want to put them into your K-Cup seed starter. So make sure you put them about 1/8 of an inch into the soil, just so they're very covered, but not so they're buried super, super deep. Now, of course, if your packet says something super different, like our seed depth says 1/4, you could also follow that. The folks over at the seed library will know better than me what to do. So if it says something different than 1/8, you can also plant it at whatever the seed depth is right there. After you plant your seeds into your K-Cup seed starter, you're going to water it, and make sure you just water it so it's moist, but it's not overly wet or soaking. And that drainage hole should help you if you overwater to let some of the water out. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to cover your K-Cup seed starter with plastic and wait until you get some of those sprouting seeds. So make sure to take the plastic wrap off if you need, and water if you see that it's getting really, really dry. Just again, make sure that it doesn't get overly wet, just that it's continuing to be moist, and then place the plastic wrap back over it. Now, depending on the seeds, depending on the watering, depending on the light, all of those kind of things, your seeds will start to sprout, hopefully within a couple of weeks. And so once they start sprouting and growing, you want to make sure to follow the directions again on the seed packet, because depending on what kind of seed you have, you will need to do different things. So you will need to leave them indoors for longer, put them outdoors sooner, that kind of thing. So make sure you follow these instructions right here. Do not throw away this seed packet, because this is like the holy grail of instructions of what to do. So follow the instructions there. I've also put some more general instructions onto the K-Cup Seed Starters instruction page in your kit. And so as they grow, start making a plan to transfer them to a larger pot. If your seed packet says that they're indoors only, or they need to be indoors for a long time while they're growing, make sure you have an indoor pot that can house them as they are growing larger. If you have one that says it can go outdoors and your plan is also to have an outdoor garden, then make sure you make a plan to either put it in a pot outdoors or into your garden boxes, or soil outside as well. So what's really great, again, like I mentioned at the beginning, is you don't just have to do this one. Of course, this is really amazing because you're getting seeds from the All Pueblo Grows Library, but you can use additional used K-Cups and continue to use them as seed starters. So if you have a lot of seeds, use different K-Cups and kind of line them all up. You could have them all up in a little spot, put plastic wrap over all of them and let them sprout. And you can do things like cilantro, chives, basil, those kind of things work really well in seed starters like this one. Okay, so that is how you are going to use the KCup seed starters for Earth Day. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this gives you some great ideas of things to craft and repurpose for Earth Day. It's really important that we're cognizant of our waste and that we try to reuse things. And these K-Cups I know are very popular, and I think a lot of us have them laying around or use them a lot every day. So hopefully this is a usable and easy craft for you to do to celebrate Earth Day. And again, if you don't have one yet, make sure you come by the Barkman Branch Library or come by curbside and ask us for the K-Cup seed starters for Earth Day, and we will have them through next Monday. Okay, I will see you for the next program, and until then, happy gardening.